on the show. We went to Dallas for the draft. We've had amazing guests, and yeah, we moved into this awesome new studio too, guys. That happened. So as we get closer to the 2018 kickoff, we wanted to look back at some of the best of the breakfast table. But first, let's kick things off with the latest headlines and breaking news from LA.
Thanks, Kay. Good morning, everybody. Steelers running back Le'Veon Bell is holding out until he gets a new contract, but he isn't doing any football work while he's away, saying he's sticking to boxing instead in order to stay off his joints to prolong his NFL career. Bell is also saying he doesn't compare himself to a lot of other running backs because he can see and avoid hits. Le'Veon adding, quote, either I'm delivering the blow or I'm getting to the ground. I can go full speed and be good. Eagles cornerback Jalen Mills says Carson Wentz doesn't look much different now than he did before his knee injury. Mills told PFT Live he looks like the old Carson, throwing strikes and doing things he always does. Free agent receiver Eric Decker is looking for a new team, but tells Sirius XM NFL Radio he thinks he'd be a good fit with the Patriots. Decker says it would also be a great opportunity to be reunited with Pats OC Josh McDaniels. That'll do it for now. Let's get you back to Kay and the guys for the best of Good Morning Football.
And it is time for the lead block.
Lead block? Laurel.
It is. It's a laurel. That's exactly what it is. It is Wednesday. You know what that means. It is Whiteboard Wednesday. Grab those markers, uncap them, and get ready to hit it. Number one. Players are returning to their facilities over the next couple of weeks. You've got OTAs going on and rookies getting their bonuses, lots going on. The one veteran, guys, who didn't finish the 2017 season, and there are too many to choose from, the one that you're most excited to see back on the field is who, Kyle?
So many great choices. Obviously, Wentz, Odell, you name it. But someone that I don't think it's talked about enough, except on our show. We bring up this guy a lot because I think it could really play a big role in the NFC. And that's Dalvin Cook. Second-year guy, we forget about him. Dalvin Cook was Alvin Kamara last year before Alvin Kamara was Alvin Kamara. The breakout star, looked incredible, gets hurt, and the Vikings still have a great season. But if you're looking for someone to topple the Eagles or the Packers, Dalvin Cook is money. Cannot wait to see him.
All right, I'm going with a guy that I think could help, whether it's going to be the quarterback that is a starter right now or possibly the future quarterback for this team, and that is David Johnson with the Arizona Cardinals.
Got to do it, Nate.
Go DJ, that's my DJ. And I'm going to just start calling him DJ 2K because he can do it all. And he can put up numbers just like Todd Gurley. He can catch out the backfield and run in between the tackles. If you ever sit next to him, you'll realize just how big he is. He is a freak of nature. Looks like a linebacker, but plays a running back position just as good as any other running back in the league.
If you were to ask me, there's one player you can watch the opening snap of preseason. Who are you most excited to see on the field? I could go a lot of different ways. I can go Mahomes. I can go Wentz, full. I'm going to Deshaun Watson. I feel like we're getting the NFL's rising star back in our grip. Remember, we found out this news on a Thursday night right before Jets-Bills. We were all together in East Rutherford before the game, and it was almost like the NFL suffered a loss. We all felt it in our guts. We treated it as if it was this monumental event, and it really was. Deshaun Watson could be the star of the NFL for the next decade. We get him back, and I cannot wait with him and all of the fine choices you guys just laid out.
Really well said. I remember that moment with the four of you back there at the in East Rutherford. Wild.
I think you're onto something too, Kay. You've talked about this could be the most exciting season ever.
I think it's not hyperbolic. I think it might be true.
None of us even wrote Odell or Carson Wentz. How many players?
J.J. Watt,
Eric Berry, Julian Edelman. It's the best. So fired up.
All right. We are also fired up that we are in Times Square now. We are here officially at NFL Experience for the rest of time, and we're a couple blocks away from the Brill Building. This is this awesome, famous recording studio.
Yeah.
It's just around the corner from where we are right now. So I'd like to know the famous music venue that you'd like to do an episode of Good Morning Football live from, just for a day.
I'm going to go with a venue of sorts, not necessarily a concert venue, certainly a venue that music produced. Guys, we could tear this place up. I'm talking about Graceland. We'll go down to Memphis. You know what that house is like? Back in the day, before Elvis passed, I'm talking the early 70s. He had a room with 3 TVs embedded into the wall. In the 70s, he had remote controls.
In the
that
70s?
did not exist. We could go there. We do a deep dive in the jungle room. We play a little Mark Cohn. We don't have to use the bathroom because that gets a little morbid. But other than that, we would tear up the Graceland. Oh, baby, I would love this.
He had his own racquetball court.
Peter, you went?
Yes, I've been. I've done the tour twice. Twice.
You went back for what you missed?
I love
me you loved it.
I love Elvis.
And that room was the highlight for you?
Yeah, the jungle room's the best.
Right.
Why?
We need a deep dive on the
You've
jungle
got
room.
those crazy furs everywhere. It's the most ostentatious thing. It's so
You lose your mind in there.
Incredible, yeah. It's
Oh, man, 70s is a different time. All right, I'm going with a place that I always wanted to go, and that is Australia. How about the Sydney Opera House? house.
Oh, that's nice.
Down under. And on top of that, we get to enjoy some sports. So I feel like if we're down there, we're going to indulge in the favorite sport of the land, which is some rugby.
No.
And anytime we say rugby on the show,
I know a guy we should watch.
it's like Pee Wee Herman saying mail time. So
What's the word of the day? I love this
Tour de Mailata.
now, right?
I wanted to get the counter up there again, but that's what I wanted to do, was go down under and watch.
Who's this Jordan Mailata you're speaking of?
I don't know.
Okay.
7th round pick of the Eagles?
I think so.
It keeps coming around and around
Another
like a
reason
boomerang.
to run that footage.
Right, it's incredible. Another reason
Like
to
a
run it.
didgeridoo.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Yeah, Mailata footage.
Wow.
What is this helmet thing I'm wearing?
Where's Linda Kozlowski when we need her? Great story. She was the woman. Stole his heart.
Hey, guys. Temper your expectations.
Thanks, Jason Kelsey.
Yeah,
Don't get too excited.
I see you standing up to Jason Kelsey. I was about to distance myself.
We work on an NFL show. Guys, don't be too excited for one of our players.
Hey, listen, you almost got beat up by Brandon Graham last year. Don't get Jason
And
Kelsey.
Joseph Landry.
True.
And several others.
Something about your face, man, just makes people want to punch it.
Yeah, Nate, thanks.
Say Yanni one more time. I'm going to be there, Peter. I can't do it.
I hear the word Yanni.
It's Yanni, not even Yanni.
Makes
Yanni.
me so mad at you.
It's a whole different word for Shregs.
Yanni, and that's a great segue to my whiteboard answer.
Okay, what you got?
I'm going to the Acropolis because of the artist, Yanni. 1993, Yanni had one of the greatest shows of all time, live at the Acropolis. I'm going to read a quick review from Jonathan Widrin, music reporter.
Oh, do it.
It's no surprise that Yanni is most identified with this amazingly powerful experience because it seems like the musical project he was most destined to take. After making millions stateside, he returns to the historic ancient Acropolis of his Greek homeland to share his sweeping music with his wonderful countrymen. $2 million it costs to put together that concert. It's one of the most famous concerts of all time. Yanni, live at the Acropolis.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
Were you setting that up for 20 minutes?
Oh, Bonnaroo?
The four of us on stage doing our show at Bonnaroo.
I'm in for that, too.
On this stage and that stage. It'd be amazing.
Yes, I'm in.
Okay, don't they not have showers, though?
Yes, they do.
No, it's like here. It's fine.
By the way, Yanni, there's 7.5 billion people in the world. You know that? And all of them come from Kenny G and Yanni. That's right. They're responsible for the $7.5 billion population. Incredible. They did it.
Earlier this week, we talked about some quarterbacks and some coaches, new coaches having new toys and weapons at their disposal. And we described the Bears having famous toys from our childhood. So if the Rams head coach, guys, Sean McVay, who has a lot of those toys at his disposal, if he was a childhood toy character, Sean, I didn't come up with this. I just work here. If Sean was a toy character, who would he be?
I kept thinking about He-Man figures. I was thinking of Man-at-Arms and Orko and that crew. But then the way he spent the offseason, Kay, he's balancing these pieces very delicately. It's sort of a house of cards. You got to be careful.
Is he, or is he like, bring it?
I don't know, but I'm going to go Jenga. Yeah, he's got to have a very gentle hand in what he's doing. And some of those look at that. What is that, the Jenga World Championships? That appears to be
That's the mountain.
That's the mountain. It looks like a Browns tailgate or something like that. Jenga, I think, is what he's been playing this offseason. You guys ever play adult Jenga?
No.
Me neither. Who's up next?
Like strip Jenga?
Whoa. Who's up next?
I think I was talking about multiple pieces.
Oh, I don't know what you're...
There's a thing. It's just for grown-ups. It's more difficult. The degree of difficulty is higher.
Does it sound like a segment?
Yeah.
Not our show.
Not on this show. All
right.
No.
I'm going to go with a Ken doll with a Rubik's Cube brain. Obviously, he's the young, handsome Mr. McSlay is what they call him in
That looks
LA.
like him right there, Nate.
Look at this, Sean.
Is that what he wore in the coach's photo?
Yeah, that's him in the valley.
Sandals and everything. But yeah, the Rubik's Cube, it's for the simple fact that he does have to piece together this puzzle that everybody thinks he can't do it. And I know there's a lot of people saying, great for the Los Angeles Rams, but also people saying, there's no way you can solve that. There's no way you can do it. It's like Will Smith in Pursuit of Happiness. But he's going to do it in the cab.
Rubik's Cube or that
Great
game
movie.
Simon. Remember you push the buttons with the colors, you have to memorize the patterns. I hated that.
I'm going to go with a similar boat here. And I remember yesterday we had Dan Orlovsky show, and he started going into football jargon about all the things Sean McVay did with Tavon Austin. But I think of a visual. It's Sean McVay, Week 3, Thursday night game. They're going up against the 49ers, and the defense is on the field, and he's sitting there drawing up plays on a pad. I'm going with the Etch-a-Sketch. I think that is Sean McVay. Sitting there just drawing up plays. That's him. Anything you can imagine with those two dials, Sean McVay can put it up and dial it up into an NFL offense. He's got even more tools to work with this year. The Etch-a-Sketch. Shake it up, baby. That's my guy.
I see it all the time. A person with no insurance brings in their car to be repaired after they get